everyone. Welcome back to Forum Podcast, a podcast we made for you so we can bring real people, real stories. And we know that June is Pride Month, and who's better to talk about it than our favorite person, Jason? Jason, thank you so much for being here with us and talk more about you so people can actually get to know you on a deeper level than just the person they see outside with a good vibe at all times. So
Yeah.
we appreciate you being
No,
here.
thank you for having me. I've been waiting a few years to kind of get this through, but hey, always best to start now.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us. So let's share a little bit of you. Like, it was news to me that you were born here.
Yes.
Because your vibe is like, I can say it's more Cape Verdean than me. When you go to
Yeah.
Cape Verde, I really thought you were born there because not just your roots, like you're Cape Verdean, you're
Yeah.
there. So tell us a little bit about you, like born in the US, and how does that identify you as a person you are today?
So I was actually the firstborn out of my family in America. I was, I guess, the lead way for everybody to come to America.
Yes.
So my mom and my dad were the first generations to come to America. So once they had me, the Cape Verdean community, for me, it was different at first because I only spoke English. I only had like American friends in the
Yes.
neighborhood. I didn't really have much Cape Verdean friends. But once I went to Cape Verde, the first time I was 5. And that's where I
Okay.
met my siblings.
Yeah.
So that's where I met actually my whole family. From my grandmother to my cousins, my aunts, both sides, father and mother side. It was different.
Yes.
It was very different, but I loved it. I remember playing the games. All the kids in the neighborhood were very friendly. I was going to go grab water at Shuffle's with the kids.
Yes.
Like I lived there. Like so I was really like I adapted to my community like really fast.
Fast, yeah.
But I think it was just because everybody was so
Welcoming.
and like it was warm hearted. Like they were just like bringing you to their house to eat every
Yes.
day. Like this was bringing you to like the beach. This like it was just like so real. It was so refreshing.
They made time for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was cool. It was definitely cool. But I love Cape Verde. I love my community.
Describe your identity like when you were young. Because going to Cape Verde at 5, it can be refreshing to you, but you were still a kid.
Yeah.
You were still trying to figure everything out, and everybody was so welcoming to you because you were a kid. But how do you identify yourself like at 5 years old when you went there?
So how I identified it myself, so before I went to Cape Verde, I would say like maybe like 3 or 4. So going to daycare, I in a way my preference of things that I wanted to play with were more like clothing.
Yes.
So I was dressed up this, I always dressed up that. I had like the dolls and stuff. Like I always wanted to dress up dolls, but like style it up, like
Yes.
do my own style because I love clothes.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of knew there
Something
was
was
different.
Yeah.
And then, like I guess like seeing like, like elementary stuff, like going into elementary, you get your first crush, you get your first like
Yes.
kiss and stuff like that. And for me, I never even like looked into things like that. It was like more so like, like I was always friendly with everybody. Everybody was my friends. And the other thing that I knew was different was I had a lot of more female friends than male. So that's where it was like, not saying like something's off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where for me I identified, but I kind of knew like at an early age that like I was different.
How did that feel going to Cape Verde? Because now I can say it's like, it's easier to be whoever you want to be. But how was it back then? You knew you were different,
Yeah.
but going to Cape Verde, that makes you like your head spin.
Yeah.
Because everything is a whole, like not a different bar game there.
For me, it was more so because like when I was younger, I didn't even like really think of it.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even know about it.
Right.
Not gonna lie, like because I didn't know anybody around my family that was, or maybe they didn't show it.
Yeah.
Or even like it was not something that was talked about. So for me, it was something that I didn't even like think about it until until like adult, like or even like when you're growing up and you're just like, oh, I kind of had an idea, but I didn't know what it was.
Right.
But going to Cape Verde, like I said, it was more just like kind of getting to know the family first, and then trying to like see like how it would go within years.
Yes. What do you think is like the unspoken rule of you're a boy and you're leaning more towards that feminine side?
Well,
especially like in the Cape Verdean culture.
I was like, well, in today's world, everything I feel like changed.
Yes.
I mean, for the better, because things, I feel like if it stays the same, it's always going to be boring.
Yes.
But I feel like especially male, they're more confident in themselves to dress up different now.
Right.
Like they're more, I feel like now that they see like everybody's like a little bit more accepting,
Yes.
they're just like, okay, let me just kind of like, peel off a little skin here,
Right.
peel off a little skin there, just to see like how people
People
react.
react, yeah.
But other than that, I think especially with the clothing, I'm a clothes fan.
Yes.
So a lot of people, I feel like they kind of know who I am just by my clothes.
Yeah.
But it's a fashion statement. I like to just
especially nowadays,
show out.
it's different. You can't just categorize someone because of that, because there's a lot of like, you can be a designer, a fashionist. It's just part of you, who you are, but you have to identify yourself and saying that people
No, definitely
just judging off the wall.
Yeah, listen, clothes was like a real thing, like how people identified me, especially like middle school. Middle school was where they were really like who like
you're different.
Why you speak like that? Like why you dress like that? Like I'm like,
especially like as a
I'm
kid,
just dressing up to go to school,
yeah.
But hey, those things about life, you just kind of.
Well, it's a major the person you are today, and you can't
me,
remember
I
those
love
things.
it.
You're like, I remember what that person said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, now they all want to be my friends.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah.
Have you had to like hide parts of you in the beginning, so people don't overdo or oversay things to hurt you?
I feel for me, I didn't really care much about people. I think for me, it was my family.
Yes.
So yeah, so my family, that was the only thing, because especially in the Cape Verdean culture, or even just like any
closed-minded culture, I would say,
like international culture-wise.
Yeah.
So basically, they, your son or daughter has to have a family, get the person, get married, have their own family.
Yes.
But for me, that was where my scare was, because I knew it was
that's not what they're gonna get from me.
It's not gonna happen through me. And then, like my mom, she wants the grandkids and like, so I just felt like at one point I felt very like lost.
Yes.
I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to speak about it. Like, but after years, I mean, till this day, I haven't told her.
Really?
Till this day, I haven't told her like face to face. But
today's gonna be the day.
I feel like as parents, they know.
Yes.
Like I'm not a parent, but like I feel like they kind of have a sense of idea. So I feel she kind of knows, but she doesn't want to say it. Like I don't know. It's just like
you're gonna know today.
oh, she's definitely gonna find out. But it's just like weird. Like I feel like my sister me and her would definitely had like simple conversations about like how like to move on with life, and like she's always been a support system for me, for sure. But nobody else knows in my family, actually.
That's the question I was gonna ask. If you're like, who was the first person you told? And
I think the first person I actually like told to. That's actually a good question. I think
it wasn't like
that wasn't family.
A coded things. No, like someone that wasn't coded. You actually said it. Like this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like this is who I am.
I would say it would definitely be like my close friends.
Okay.
Yeah, like my 3 close friends for sure. I feel like they definitely had like a conversation, and like I felt comfortable like saying it to them.
Yes.
So I feel like that comfortability kind of made
me feel
like open up. But it's also like something that like for years I was asked
building up,
and I always like played it off, like no, I'm not, but like deep inside I knew what I was.
Yeah. Well, at least you knew who you were. Like you weren't just trying to figure out and playing on people's face.
Yeah.
Like, I know who I am, but it's like not all the time it's easy to just open your mouth and say, especially in the community that we are. So
especially in our community.
Is there anything that someone has ever said to you that stuck with you? Maybe you never shared, or something that someone said that's still in your mind?
Yes. So he was basically like a stepbrother, like when I was younger. So in 2018, I'll never forget that year. So that was the year that I went to my first Pride.
Okay.
And that was like the first time that I was even around the community.
Yes.
Because like that was my thing too. I was scared to like be seen with like certain people. So I was like, I never wanted to go out with them. But he was like, no, I'm going to take you to your first Pride.
Okay.
And then since that day, he was literally like, be you, like just like enjoy the moment. Don't worry about what people is gonna say. And even just in that culture, like that, the whole Pride in downtown Boston, there was like so much people like from different races, from different backgrounds, and it just felt like good.
It felt different to be
Like to
around
be,
people that are not judging you.
yes, yes.
We know who you are because we are it too. So we're just here to celebrate
Yeah.
each other.
So he's the one person that definitely like he was just like like till this day he like messages me and he's like, yo, it's okay. Like things are gonna get better. Like about like little things about life. But he's actually been a really like a good mentor.
That's good because I feel like most people don't have that.
Yeah.
It's not just in the LGBTQ community, it's in everyone. Like
Yeah.
every younger version of ourselves needs someone like a mentor.
Yep.
So when we see back then, we're like, yeah, that's one thing that that person told me that stuck with me and I still
Mhm.
live by it.
Yeah, no, that was actually like one of like the best things. And then till this day, I went to my second Pride by myself. It wasn't like someone had to bring me. Like I
See,
kind of just felt like open enough to just, be who I am.
right, that's good.
Yeah.
If you were to look at your Jason, like the younger version of yourself, what would you tell that
Oh,
person?
God. I would tell myself it's okay to be different. It's okay to not always, I guess, try to like put a facade.
Yes.
Like not like put like make it like fake it till you make it. Like it's okay to be different. And just tell yourself to be confident because I was not confident as a kid at all.
But you say like that you're someone that has come out, or you're still like in a series of doing it step by step?
So for me, and this is a me thing.
Okay.
For me, I honestly don't even think I have to because if you really know me, you know me.
Yes.
And then two, I feel like not saying it in a bad way, but some people like take it like more of like a publicity stunt.
Yes.
Like I'm out. Like
Yeah.
like I need to tell the world.
Yes.
Like I'm very private with certain things. But then like even that, like I don't need to hide it.
Yes.
Like I think people can just tell.
I think that's one thing that we love the most about you. If most people don't say it, I'm gonna say it. Because you are you. You don't
Yeah.
have to prove it to the world. You don't have to tell
Mhm.
everybody. You don't have to come in the room. We're all here. Oh, Jason is here. You don't have to do
Yeah.
that. Just being yourself, everybody loves you because we know who you are. We know that once you come into the room, you bring in your vibes.
Yep.
You don't have to say, oh, I'm this, and no, you're just
Yeah.
yourself and everybody loves you about that.
As long as we respect each other,
Yes.
like we're cool, we're vibing. For the rest is like whatever. Like whatever you think about me, kudos to you. That is your thought.
Yes.
I know who I am, and I'm gonna live in my truth.
And we love you for that. What's the dynamic with your family? You never came out to them and you just...
Yeah.
I completely understand that, especially like being Cape Verdean myself. There's a lot of things that it's not easy to say. You can just show it to them because that's
Mhm.
how we actually are raised. So how is the dynamic with them? Like knowing who you are, but never actually sitting down and having a conversation about it.
Oh, after this, we're definitely gonna sit down and have a conversation. But no, I mean we're very close.
Yes.
My family, like we're very close. We always fall back on each other, especially like me and my mom. Like me and my mom was the first two
Yes.
together. So I didn't have no one in America,
Yeah.
only her for like a good 6 years.
Yeah.
And then that's when my siblings came. So like me and her, we just have like a really, really, really strong bond.
Yeah.
So the dynamic me and her, like we're actually like really like kind of like, this is bad to say, like friends.
No, you guys are friends, like best friends, everywhere you go.
Like we're good friends. Like everywhere we go, like I bring her, like we're always together. We're always like joking and stuff like that. So I think me and her, like we have a good dynamic. It's just like that saying it for me, that is like, I don't know. It just I don't know. It just has like a weird soft spot in my heart that
Yeah.
I want to say it to her, but I just don't know like how to say it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen eventually.
I don't think there's an easy way to,
Yeah,
to
there's
say it
not.
than just...
There's not. And then like
not
I
even Grogu can help with that.
I think I'm gonna need a bottle of grog with that in myself. But yeah, I mean, me and my sister, like I said, we're more vocal.
Yes.
So I feel like me and her, like we talk about it. I feel like she probably has told my mom already, like sneakily, but I know she hasn't brought it to my attention.
Yes, I don't think she will.
I don't think she. So that's the thing. Like we're in the same boat right now, but I mean, it's gonna have to happen either way.
Yeah. So being in a Cape Verdean community, not just Cape Verdean, being in a New Bedford community, have you ever experienced any kind of judgment or just like side eyes or somewhere that you've been and you didn't feel comfortable just for being who you are?
I mean, it happens a lot
Yeah.
actually. Like it's not something that I look forward like for it, but it just
Yeah.
happens. I know for sure for me, it's like my voice. My voice is very feminine. So everywhere I go, if I talk to someone, they're just like looking at me crazy.
Yeah.
Even just like I said, even with like the dressing,
Yeah.
people are always looking, or like they'll like kind of give you a side eye, be like just stare at you. They don't say anything, but they just
They're
stare.
already saying it, like without saying it. Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, but I just keep my head up, keep looking forward, and I'm like, there's nothing I can really change your mind.
Right.
Clearly, your mind is already set. So who am I to come and try to change it for you?
By the end of this podcast, I would definitely love for you to actually say it
Yes.
without us using terms. So, as you were saying before, I want you to share a little bit of your experience of going to Saint Vicente. How was it like going to the whole carnival thing?
Yeah.
And
So St. was dope, 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 dope. And then actually, like even not even like picking and choosing certain islands, because even
Yeah.
in Playa too, like Playa, I feel like they're very comfortable with everybody. Like
yes,
from when
I
we
would say
went,
that. Yes.
from when we went, I think that was also the culture shock for me in 2019, because that was my first time disposed like after
after years,
like good 17 years
Yeah.
that I didn't go to Cape Verde. So then when I seen like people just like out and about, comfortable in their skin,
just living
wearing,
life. Yep.
and I was just like, wow, like Cape Verde has changed.
Yes.
And then going to Son Cinti was even more like, because like, people express themselves like different,
Yeah.
like with like the costumes and
Yes.
stuff like that. So like people were really not,
They're not scared
they
of
were
showing
not
who they are.
scared. Like they were like out there doing their thing, and it was very like opening for everybody.
Yes.
Then that's what I liked a lot. Like it was like older, younger, like all mixed ages.
Yes.
And it was like it was so dope. So dope. So dope.
So what do you think that, aside from that, what do you think was the most different from the experience you had in San Vicente and Praia? Because Praia is more like for the vibes, like your family and friends. But San Vicente, can you feel like you can relate it to them more because you can be more expressive and there's no side eyes, there's no telling who you are, or just you just be in your own skin?
So I actually felt both of the islands I was like fine in, because I feel like one or the other. Like Son Cinti, I felt like I was comfortable with too, because I didn't know anyone there.
True. Yeah.
And then in Pride, I felt even more comfortable because I knew everybody there in a way. Like, I had a good like crowd of friends. Like even though they knew who I was, like they always invited me places with them.
Yeah.
They would bring me to like some trips, and
Right.
like they didn't care. Like, like they were just like, nah, you're coming with us. You're like, you're lit. You're such a vibe. Like, nah, come on.
Yeah.
So for me, I actually felt in Pride I was actually more comfortable than Son Cinti, because Son Cinti, I think for me it's just because I didn't know anyone like much there. I knew like maybe like a good 4 or 5 people.
They were welcoming, but it wasn't home yet.
Yeah, I didn't know much of the people out there, but it was cool.
That's good. You think that being in America helps you a lot, like with coming out and identifying yourself, like as your own person?
Yes, I feel, especially in America, because America, this even just not with the LGBTQ plus community, like we're like a melting pot.
Yes.
We have so many like different backgrounds. I think that also brings into like, like even just being a Black gay man.
Yes.
Like as much
it's a lot to the world.
Cape
Black
Verdean,
gay man,
but
Cape
I'm
Verdean.
still Black. You know, so like especially living in America, like that's also kind of battles.
Yes.
So it varies. It varies like a different like how to feel, like like especially when I see like, for example, like I just went to Beyonce concert. Yeah. So it was in New Jersey compared to Boston. Right. Right. So Boston, I've gone to so many concerts of hers, but going to Boston, I feel like here, we're definitely a melting pot of all different like cultures. Yeah. But in New Jersey, I feel like it was like Black magic, everything, like and it was Hispanics, like it was different, like like a different reality of like even just going to a concert, right? So I was seeing it, I was like, dang, like this is like different, but like cool. Like I was like, oh, like I felt like very open. I was free, like we were hanging out. It just felt good, like like just being around, not like being yourself, not picking one race over the other. Yeah, but like it was different to see it in a different culture aspect. Yes. Like it was really like wow. I was impressed. I was like, oh, these people are not playing. It's good to actually like be out there. Yeah. So you can actually see out there and see, okay, this fits me and this, it fit me, but it's not as completely at this one. Yep. So it was good to like for you to go and have that experience. Yeah, no, definitely. It was great. It was amazing. A lot of fans. That's good.
What is home to Jason? Is it a person, a place?
Home. I would say, I feel like New Bedford is always home. Even like just being around my family, that's
Yeah.
home. So that those two are definitely because New Bedford, I was born and raised here.
Yeah.
I never left, moved anywhere else. New Bedford, been here since 92.
New Bedford Praia.
New Bedford prior, and then, but I would definitely say like New Bedford because like in New Bedford too, I met a lot of people, good and bad.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of learning process things of knowing what friendship are, what friendship to like really have,
Yeah.
how people really feel about me, like how people respected me.
Right.
That was where I feel like New Bedford, I felt comfortable.
Right.
Like even like as much as I can say like who I am, everybody still accepted me. Like they were like even here, like kind of like I was saying in Cape
Yes.
Verde, they bring me to places, they invite me here, like so I feel like they're not secluding me. But that's the thing too. Like I don't want it just to be a me thing. I want
Yeah.
it to be like a us thing, you know, like because like I feel like some people do get secluded just because of their gender,
Yeah.
and not even just their gender, but like their sexuality.
Yes, what they choose to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that for me, I think it was different because even growing up, I never really had like gay friends. All my friends, even like till this day, I can say I maybe have maybe
I
5.
don't think that's true. I never seen you around. That's true.
Yeah. So like all my friends are straight.
Yes.
So like that's where for me it's even different for me because I hang out with just straight people, and then it's like
I am who I
I
am.
am who I am. So it's just like and they accept me. They bring me to every place they go to. So I'm like whatever, you know.
That makes it more fun.
So for me,
Y'all get the good of both worlds.
I think that's what for me it's like a little bit different than other people that are in the LGBTQ
Yeah.
plus community because like some people don't get accepted, some of them get made fun of.
Yes.
So I feel like that's where they feel like secluded very
True.
much.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to be just like a me thing. I want it to be like a we thing.
It's everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, because like it's sucky, you know, not being included in things.
That's true. Like
Yeah.
even if you're like just a kid, you don't
Yeah.
want to be excluded. Mind you, like when you're grown and people exclude you just because I am who I am. I cannot change this. So
And that's what I was saying in elementary. It was kind of like I knew
yeah.
like I was different because even like the guys weren't accepting even for me to play tag with them.
See?
Like you know, like simple things like that. Like
Yeah.
you can just pick off of. So that was where for me it was like a little bit difficult. Like
I think that's one of the things that I like about education now because they're incorporating that.
Mhm.
Most parents they don't accept that, but that's just the reality of where we are now.
Yeah.
You want your kids to know what's going on in the world. You might not pick and choose who you want to be yet, but it's good to learn.
Mhm.
Like you'll learn, and then when you grow up, you're like, okay, so this is what was happening to me. I could not identify it because my parents don't talk to me, my friends don't talk to me.
Yep.
Someone I have to learn it somewhere, and if they can learn it with education
Yep.
in school or at home with their parents, it's gonna help them when they grow up to decide what they want to be. So
No, it's true. It's true. And I feel like if you have like a good support system, like it will definitely work
yes.
well.
What has been your dating experience as a gay Black man?
Honestly, off. Honestly, it's kind of been like up and down,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. The first person that I ever like was in a relationship with, it was for 4 years, and we were together from 2014 to 2018. But that was kind of, which is bad to say, it was my fault that it didn't
Shame on
work.
you.
Yeah, it was my fault, it didn't work. But I knew what my error was.
Yeah.
My error was like the fact that I wasn't comfortable enough to bring him around people, and he brought me around his family.
Yeah.
Like I knew the whole family, and we went out together. But like we always went out like places like in Boston,
Yeah.
that nobody knows where I'm at. We always were like it was like a secret relationship, if
Yes.
that made sense.
Yeah.
But for 4 years after like.
That's a long time.
After you take
Yeah.
so much, like I honestly I get him.
Yeah.
You know. So he was like, you know, something, you know, we're still friends till this day though.
Yeah.
We're still cool, but he was like, I just feel like this is not going anywhere. But
Well, it was good and it was
Yeah,
bad. Did that give
yeah.
you a reason to push forward and say, so my next one, I'm gonna be myself if I want to keep
So
this person around?
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I was even more like comfortable with my skin.
Yes.
I feel like between 2018 2019 was where I was like even like, all right, I'm who I am.
Yes.
Like there's nothing that's gonna change me. No one's gonna change me. Like, so I am who I am. Like around that time when, because like I felt bad. I felt so bad. Like
For him or for you?
For both.
Yeah.
I felt so bad because I kind of was like 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 lingering him on,
Yes.
and then like maybe next year, like maybe next year, maybe next
I
year,
have to get the courage. I have to get this.
and
And
it was just not happening.
you never prepped yourself to let it
Yeah.
happen.
So I mean, it's life, but even now I feel good. I
Are you
feel
dating someone right
I
now?
am not dating anyone right now, but
We're going to get you on Pop the
there
Balloon.
is a potential.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's
That's
good.
all, and that's also another thing too. It's long distance dating here.
I
It's
am dating long distance, so
yeah,
it's
it's just all hard right now.
it depends on where your heart is.
But
And
no, so this one is long distance, Virginia.
well, mine is New York.
Yes. So we're gonna try to make it happen this summer.
Make it work. As long as you know you're comfortable in your skin, he's happy in his skin, and
Yeah. No,
we'll make
definitely,
it
definitely,
work.
definitely.
Have you ever felt like the pressure to act some way or do some things to make people happy? Not just make people happy, but to be around people, let it be family, friends.
Um, Not per se. I feel for me, the only thing I do is just like I'll be dancing around everybody.
Yes. You and the moves, that's true.
I just be dancing, just vibing with my grog in my hand, just enjoying. I don't really per se like to act out. And I think that's also another thing too. I feel like just even like my demeanor, it could be a little bit different than people that are in the community.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, everybody's different. Everybody acts different.
I think it's good to when you know who you are and you're
Mm-hmm.
comfortable in your skin to just walk in a room and people see, okay, so this room just lit up because this
Mm-hmm.
person came in. You don't have to show anything else. Or
Yeah.
like I was saying earlier, prove yourself, because if you're walking in a room and you're doing too much, then I'm thinking you're doing too much and I don't want you doing too much around me.
Yep.
Just being like, walk in and be yourself. I'm going to love that. I'm going to enjoy that. But most people, it's not that they're not comfortable in their own skin, they're trying to prove a point, and
Yep.
by trying to prove a point you're doing too much.
Yep.
And most people don't do too much, especially in the Cape Verdean community. If you're doing too much for a Cape
Oh,
Verdean,
they won't even keep you around. They'll be
no.
like, all right, I gotta get away from this person.
Yes. If your younger self could see you today, what would you say it to him?
Oh, I would definitely say very like proud. I'm not gonna lie, because like it was stages to get to where I'm at right
Yes.
now. And even where I'm at right now is not exactly 100%, but I've definitely done like
It's
I
a
already
work in
took like some
progress.
steps.
Yeah.
So I feel good like with the steps that I've taken. Even like I said, even doing this podcast right now is insane. But
Tell about getting out of your comfort zone.
but it's like I feel like if you don't do it now, then when is the right time to do it?
It was the same time as showing your boyfriend to your family.
Yeah.
You'll never find the right time until you make it.
And for me, I feel like, especially how like life has been going lately, it's like it's good. Just open up.
That's good.
Be
I was gonna
cool,
ask
like,
that. What makes you happy these days?
What makes me happy these days? I mean, I don't. That's a tough one. What makes me happy? I feel like even just being in like going to the club, or even like going to a bar or going to somewhere and like just enjoying who I am.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like hyping me up.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'll take that. Like not even just going out, but like even like I guess like maybe like social media. Like
Yeah.
people have been giving me like a more of a positive aspect than the negative.
Yes.
So for me, even social media, as much people say it's like a negative aspect, I actually been getting a lot of positivity from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even people that don't know me.
Yes.
Like they'll come up to you like and they're like, yo, like you have such a good spirit. Like da, da, da. Like they're like, I don't even know who you are, but like you look good. Like
Yes.
you just have an aura about you. So I feel like that's I guess my happiness, like just having a good energy around people.
That's good. I don't see anyone giving you a negative feedback. So
Yeah.
if you like you were to say, what is something that someone would say that's negative on social media or in person?
Like negative wise, I would say more so like I'm gonna say it more of like a cultural aspect.
Okay.
I feel like especially in our culture, if this person is gay, bi, queer, whatever,
Yeah.
I have to compete with that other person.
Okay. I see that.
Like
Yeah.
to fit in or to even like, but I'm like, why can't we just be like a group
Community,
of friends?
yes,
Like,
yeah.
like why does that always have to be competition? And I feel like that's where it can be a little bit negative.
Yes.
People have a perception of me before even knowing me.
Yeah.
So that once they see me out or they see me like on my posts, like they're always,
Assuming without getting to know
yeah.
you, actually.
And they're thinking that like I'm like this, I'm that, and this.
No,
I'm like,
I don't
listen.
think that's just the
I'm like,
Cape
listen.
Verdean part of it. It's
That's
just
what I'm
everywhere.
saying.
People just assume.
Yeah. So that could be like the only like I guess negative part. Or if they see me, for example, like talking to a straight man,
Yeah.
they think that automatically like we're a
A
thing.
thing. That's true. Yeah.
And it's not. Like,
Yeah.
like so I can't have straight friends.
Right.
So it's like just like negative things that doesn't even have to even be a thing. And if you want to know, just come up to us and ask us, and we will let you know that we're not in a relationship. Instead of making it bigger than what it is.
So now let me ask you, what do you identify as?
I identify as a Black Cape Verdean gay man.
Love that for you. What does Pride means to you? Not the month, since we are in June. Pride. What does it mean to you?
Pride.
Because one thing it's being like you identify yourself as gay, but then now you have a whole month that you can be around people that makes you feel comfortable. So now you're not just like, oh, I'm around Adiza, she's a straight woman. No, you're around like people that you can have a conversation with, share your experience, and they can share the experiences with you when you guys can learn from each other. What does Pride means to you?
So Pride, for me, it's one of the, not just say for a month, but it's one of the moment that you can just feel true to yourself. You get a lot of feedback.
Okay.
Like a lot of feedback, and I like that. Because like even just like for example, like what I was talking about, like having the family, like having kids, I met a lot of like, so like for example, for Pride, it's like a whole month, but they have different locations that you can go
do things. Yeah.
So even I went to one in P Town, and I met this couple, and they have kids. They bought like they have their own house. They have their own so they have like their own house, but they're from Atlanta.
Okay.
So like, but they come out here to like mass like every Pride.
Yes.
So when they were telling me about it, like they would get, like I was getting a lot of like knowledge of like like how to have a kid, like what the process is going like to have like your own, and that was like that conversation was like opening.
Yes.
Because like I mean, granted we hear about it, but we don't know the steps. Yeah. So with them being around, and then there's also this page on Instagram. I can't remember 100%, but it is called Black Gay Men. It's like glow up or something like that. So basically, it's a page of all like Black couples that like are together, and like even just that page kind of gives me like more information. Like I talk to them, like people that like I'll like follow them, and like I'll just like, oh, like I have a question about this, or I have a question about that. So I feel like Pride, you connect. Yes. Like it's like that one time that you can all connect together and just like help each other out.
Right. Yeah. What do you think it's the hardest thing of being not just a gay man in this society, but a Black gay man? What's the more like the misconception, the hardest thing to be in a society that most people are judgmental? We're not even talking about racism. It's just like judgmental of you, not just being a gay man, but a Black gay man.
I mean, they always think that we're going to be like, because there's like a stigma. They're always going to be ghetto. Yes. They're always going to be wanting to fight. They're always going to want, like, but it's not all Black men that are like that. And even, I feel like even the ones that are like that, they're technically not really like that. I feel like, they just kind of get amped up.
Yeah, something comes out like
somebody amps them up, and I'm not saying that's what I would do. Yeah. But in their situation, and I also feel like it depends like on the environment, because I feel like I've gone to Atlanta a lot of times. Atlanta is very, very, very big in diverse population of, especially with gay Black men. But the only thing with gay Black men that it's kind of like scary in a way. Yeah. There are people that are DL, which is down low. Yeah. So a lot of them, they like to have sexual intercourse with men, but they don't want to accept who they are. Right. So the thing is, they don't get tested. So then that's when the HIV comes into place, or even any other STDs. So that's where, for me, I feel it gets very like tough. Scary, yeah. Yeah, because like a lot of, and then some people don't get tested for like years. Yes. And then comes to find out, it's like at the point that like it's gone to the point that you like now you have AIDS. Right. Yeah. So it gets very like I don't know, like you kind of want to like back off a little bit sometimes,
Right.
but then at the same time, it's like how do you build? So that's the only thing that is a little scary, especially with the black community wise
Yes.
of being gays, because they're not like the same thing, kind of like how it was before. I wasn't accepting it,
Yeah.
and even some of them have like family, like they have wives.
Most of them have family,
Yeah, like they
actually.
have
Yes,
their
that's
own
true.
wives, and then now they're like trying to deal with that. So now you can even give it to your wife at that point.
Yes.
So like it just becomes like a mess.
Right. That's and I haven't thought about it that way, but that's very true. Just
Yeah,
the part of being secretive about it.
yeah,
Now you're
it
putting
gets
a whole
scary
like different people involved in it that
that don't even have to be.
yes, yeah, that's
Like
true.
as long as you told them from the beginning, or I mean, like I said, it's hard for
Yeah.
some people, but it's rather to be truthful than you like making somebody else sick.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
You know.
If you were to talk to a Cape Verdean parent that has, or a Cape Verdean straight parent that has straight kids, but the kids want you around, what would you say to them? Because we still have parents that are
Yeah.
very close-minded, and just you being around, automatically they thinking you're a bad influence
Yep.
because their kids are gonna want to be LGBTQ as well because
Yeah.
of you as an influence. So what would you say to them?
I would say like just be like open minded.
Yeah.
Because you never know, like your kid could be exactly what I am in about a few years.
Yes.
Because especially kids are very all over the place.
Yes. Yes.
One day they want to be an astronaut, the next day they want to be a teacher, the next
Mm-hmm.
day they want to be this. So it is like especially a tough area with the kids, especially like, and I'm not judging. I'm
Yeah.
not judging parents or anything, but even like right now, there's certain kids that are going through transition
Yes.
at like a very young age. So even if they don't want me to be around,
Somebody else will.
it's gonna be around you regardless.
Yeah.
Especially in like 2025 right now, I feel like everybody's like comfortable.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like they're in their truth. Like everybody doesn't feel like I need to like not show who I am.
Yeah.
So it won't be me. It could be the next person. It could be a neighbor. It could be a teacher.
Right.
Like it could be anyone in the community. So either they need to accept it or just
They
know
accept
it's
it.
gonna be in your face sooner or later.
Either you get it or you get it because your kids are gonna be at the house. It might not be with me,
Yeah.
but it'll be with somebody else.
Somebody else, and you never know because there's some people you don't know. You're not just judging them based off the looks, but you don't know who they really are inside.
Yeah.
So what if they are acting straight, but they really are gay or they're lesbian or like you don't know.
That's true. That's true. You, as the person you are, if you were to break the generational silence and open space for more acceptance in our culture, what would you say you would do?
The one thing I would want to do more in like our community is just like have them know more with the health wise.
Yes.
Because I feel like they like I'm not saying just our community, but I feel like in today's world, everybody just wants to have fun, adult fun time, and don't think about the consequences.
Yes.
And they don't want to think about like what's gonna happen next, and they don't want to take care of themselves.
Yes.
So I feel like that's where I feel like the Cape Verde community needs to be more like open with actually going to get your blood test,
Yeah.
like even just like simple stuff, like even like a prostate exam.
Oh, that's still a taboo for
Yeah,
Cape Yeah.
like like it's life. Like things
Yeah.
happen, so we need to like get out that cloud of like, oh no, can't do that. Oh
It's not.
no,
Yeah.
it will never happen to me.
Why do you think that a Cape Verdean man's mentality, most of them saying that gay is just getting involved with another man sexually. Like they don't see like the outside world is just that. Or if someone involves with someone sexually, they're gay. So being gay to them is just that part of the intercourse between man and a man. That's it. There's nothing else behind it. Like there's no feelings whatsoever.
I feel like that's the only thing. Well, I'm just speaking right now from my
Yeah.
experience. I don't know about everybody else. From my experience, I feel like a lot of people they don't have that intimate connection.
Yeah.
But then once it happens, then it's kind of like, oh, like that's good. Like we're done.
Right. Yeah.
So for me, that's where I Our community is very limited in my book.
Well, I'm glad.
And I'm not knocking our Cape Verdeans down. I'm not saying anything wrong with us, but Cape Verdeans are very limited in my
Yeah, that's
like because I feel like a lot of them because I'm more of like an intimate person.
yeah.
I don't care too much about anything else.
Right, yeah.
Like I'm more of like the intimate, and then but for them it's like kind of like oh we did it and a lot of them are curious though. So
I would say most of them. Not
so a lot of them are curious, but that's where I feel like it can go both ways.
yes.
It can go both ways, as in like they're curious and they know who they are inside,
Yeah.
or they're curious just to just see if they do like it or
Yeah.
not. And then if they don't like it, they don't like it, you know. But I feel like that's where I feel like some people Cape Verdean wise, they just automatically just put the label on it.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, I mean, you only did this probably maybe once, so like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's just gonna make you gay. Like,
I think also it's the judgmental part of it.
Yeah.
Like even if someone is curious,
Mhm.
so like I'm trying to get to know who I am as a person.
Yeah.
I've been with my wife for so long, but there's something missing.
Yep.
You don't go out there to try it
Mhm.
to actually see it because people are so judgmental. And then you're gonna wait when you're 50 and you're
Yep.
60 to give it a try with someone younger. Now you don't just
Now
have the
it's-
label of being gay. It's like a whole shit show because
Yeah.
of the community. You never
Yeah, it gets
Open
it
up.
gets very like weird. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's why like I'm saying dating is very hard.
It's part of life. It's supposed to be hard.
Like, oh God, this is like too much.
What would you say is the most beautiful thing about being you?
I'm just happy. I just
love your
I
vibe.
just like being happy. I love bringing good energy. I love bringing positivity. If you don't see me with a smile on my face, then there's clearly something wrong.
Yeah.
I'm always smiling. I'm always like in a happy mood. But I do like my happiness. Like I like where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm very happy.
That's good. That's the best thing you can be.
Mhm.
If you're happy, you can make people around you happy. It's
Yeah,
that
no,
energy that
definitely.
you bring out.
No, trust me. I feel very good. Like,
That's good.
good.
So if you were to look in that camera and look to
Oh God.
in the eyes of a scared Cape Verdean teen or scared Cape Verdean person that's secretly trying to figure themselves out, but they don't know the steps to go forward, what would you tell them?
What I would say is this process is never easy. Well, process of anything in life ain't easy, but this one is definitely gonna take a toll out of like your mental. But I mean, even though your mental is going through it, you will overcome. Once you feel comfortable having a mentor, having somebody that you know for sure can have your back, or even a good support system, you will definitely feel comfortable in your skin for sure.
That's good. I love that for you. We're almost at the end of this, but I want you to actually share it. It can be in Cape Verdean Creole, it can be in English. Just share what's in your chest, what you want, maybe something that you always wanted to share, something that you want people to know that you are not just the person that people sees out there. There's more to you, there's more depth to you that people don't get to see because most people can be judgmental. You don't want them to think what they shouldn't be thinking because in matter of fact, you don't care. You're just who you are. Accept it or not, I am who I am. So what do you want to share with them?
The main thing for me is just the respect. I feel respect can go a long way. Can go a long way for family, friends, relationships, even just like trying to build something. Respect is something that I feel, especially in the LGBTQ plus queer community, is we kind of get laughed at. We kind of get looked at different. But everybody's different in their own way. So I guess we can't be judging everybody in the world. So just look at yourself. Just open your heart. Just be open-minded because some of us don't know how to accept it or even say it. So just don't be so judgmental at first, but just kind of let the process go through. And one day, like they'll just be open enough to like just say it out to you. And for me, I'm gonna say in Creole, para nós converdiano que por falta naquela comunidade ali, não tem que ser uma cozinha mais humano, não tem que ser uma cozinha mais coração aberto para outra alguém que para que essa gente de dentro é a maneira que escreve gente. Nós nunca temos controle de nada de humano que nós, nunca temos controle de nada que não pode fazer todo dia, mas nós não tentamos ser mais positivo para hoje a maneira que nós é like alguém muito amoroso. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate this.
No, no
Like
problem.
people
No,
needed to see
I
the side of
appreciate you
you.
for actually giving me this, like, at least a platform to even
Yes.
say like what I have to say.
I'm glad you did it.
No,
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Forum Podcast once more. I am so beyond proud of Jason for being here, for sharing his story. And for the people that want to reach out to him, he's going to leave all his information here. Don't be scared. Don't be like, be on your own confident self. If you need any help, don't be scared. Don't be ashamed. Whatever question you have, even if you go to Google or whatever else, he's here as a person, someone who has experienced it, someone that can share it with you. So, Jason, share more of your social media so how they can contact you.
so on Facebook, you'll find me at Djaissy Texera, Djaissy Texera, and then on Instagram, you'll find me at Djaissy Djaissy, and two double underscores. I'm also on TikTok if you want to see my dance videos. My TikTok is also Djaissy92. And then that is really about it. But feel free. I'm always open to kind of give each other some opinions, reach out. I can give you also another reference to another person that maybe has a better idea or maybe gone through that type of situation better than I did. But I'm always here.
To wrap it up, let's not forget about the Confidence Code book written by me. So we have it on Amazon. Just go on D'Angelo Pereira on Amazon and you'll find it. Support me because this has been a long journey for me, a long time coming. It's just part of who I am, part of what made me the person that I am, the people that has helped me, the heartbreaks that I had, the friendships that I had lost to become the person that I am today. So it's very important for me that I had to share this with you guys. And the confidence code is not just part of me, it's part of the woman you're becoming. So go on Amazon at D'Angelo Pereira and you find me there. Thank you so much for tuning in into Forum Podcast. I'll see you on the next episode.